What is going on, guys? Welcome back. A quick video for you. I've got Marcus with me. We are fresh off watching the Alliance of American Football. And I got to say, initially, I was impressed with the product. I didn't expect as finished of a product as we saw tonight, but I really can see myself latching onto this league and wanting to watch more games. What did you think about it, Marcus?
Yeah, I was just overwhelmingly impressed, man. And, we talked a little bit about this off the air, I guess, but the transparency was incredible. The rules of the game, they had it all down to a T, from the catch reviews all the way, just the structure of their rules is really cool. They've got a modified overtime rule, which the NFL overtime for me is a huge bugaboo. I hate the current rules, but I like what they've done with the rules. The roster construction is really cool, but then just from a marketing standpoint, it's like you said, a finished product. They have an app where you can hop in and just watch all the games live, like the March Madness app. Super cool, really easy to just be connected with the league, and then to see Twitter just on fire about this league. It was just really impressive. I'm really excited to have a league that, before tonight, I was going to say I'm interested in, but now I'm more than interested in. This is a 10-game season of fun teams to watch. And hell, the San Antonio fans were awesome, man. They were so awesome. It was like an NFL game at times. To see that interest level was just great.
Yeah, no, I was really taken back by the immersion with the fans there, the interactions on Twitter. It was all really good stuff. And like you said, the fear with these other leagues has always been quality football. Are we going to see a quality product? Not just on field, because the on-field football was there. Talk about a backup quarterback comes in, plays just as well as the starter. I think the coaching staffs that they pushed really helped that. I mean, you've got top-level coaches, even if you might not always have elite-level players. So I think that helped a lot. And also, listen, man, jokes aside, one game in, they know what a catch is. But we also have seen, and I know a lot of people don't watch arena football, but we got to see kind of behind the scenes of the replay, which is something the NFL obviously needs to show in terms of that transparency that they kind of sell to us, but isn't always there. I know there were some audio glitches during the game, probably from going back and forth on that coach's stuff, but this is actually what I want to see in my football. This kind of fan-first element, letting me become more involved in the game, and less commercials. I mean, to me, the pace of the game, not just being sped up, but less commercials is a really big deal.
Totally. Yeah, no, their focus is on the players, the storylines, the fans, transparency. Just, it's a friendly league. And I don't want to bash on the NFL. It's by far my favorite sport. They got a few problems, but yeah, it's just a fun product, and I'm excited about it. And then, one thing I also wanted to bring up here in our short time here is the cool thing about this is a lot of these players are going to be in training camps this fall. Like, this is real for them. They care not just about the team that they're playing for, because they're going to have a championship. They got a 10-game season. They now have fan support. Like, they definitely are going to care about winning these football games, just like we saw today. Like, they were fired up after interceptions, and that's what you want to see. But really, I mean, what the fans at the end of the day really want is to see these guys play for their NFL teams. I don't think even the AAF is going to, lie about that. Like, they know they're never going to compete with the NFL, but to be kind of a farm league for them, and to have this open fan connection with these players that they will then go and hear about them in the preseason after killing it in this league. It's just fun, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I was really sold after the first game. I wasn't sold at all before. I will say, if I have one criticism, I get it. I get that everyone in that league, aside from some of the coaching staff, of course, probably wants a crack back at the NFL. And in fairness, some of those coaches probably do too. But I don't constantly need to be reminded that they're just trying to get back to the NFL. It almost, and I don't know if you watched, they did a little special beforehand, which was nice, but it was all really vignettes about how players get overlooked. They had a little stat, which I got to say, man, I felt like I was a little bit deceiving, where they said, week 17 of the NFL, X percentage of players are undrafted free agents. Yeah, that's true, but take with a grain of salt that a whole bunch of players got hurt during the course of the year, and these players are kind of forced into action. So I really wish they would kind of dial that back a little bit. I get that I'm not watching NFL football. I get that these players are trying to get back to the NFL, but don't try to sell me this premise that I'm watching NFL Light, because I don't want to watch NFL Light. There's a reason that I'm watching this, and it's not just because there's no other football on. It's because kind of subconsciously, I think I've wanted a different option from NFL football for a while now, because the NFL has kind of steered me down this road where I'm more of a Colts fan than I'm an NFL fan now, because of the way games have been handled, games have been decided, things have been handled. So I know they're trying to form an alliance to a degree, no pun intended, but I really felt like they need to kind of separate themselves a little bit and stop falling back on what the NFL being a main goal is all about.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see the direction they take now that they've had this reception, because they definitely didn't know what the feedback was going to be, because there's been leagues like this in the past that did not, in my opinion, have the success that their debut did tonight. So, it probably won't totally change from a marketing perspective after a week, but after their first season, get a little hype and then, reform the narrative now that this league is more established. So I think that is something we'll see, but I actually would go the other way and say, I think that was smart in a way to kind of, use the power of the NFL and connect that brand to this brand. I think that was smart to capture some fans initially, because I really do think, at least for me, like the idea that there is that connection with the NFL drew me in. And, we're going to see guys maybe like, what's his name, Woodside for the San Antonio team, maybe go and get a chance now in the NFL next year. That's what initially brought me in, but now I see that it's a good product, and definitely just super intrigued by the direction that this thing's going to go.
I would say, come for the hope that they can go back to the NFL, but stay for the fact that they can still give us quality football without being there.
Mm-hmm.
And for that matter, I do want to just ask you, uniforms, equipment, I really thought everything looked very fit and finished well. It did not look, Starter's been in the game forever, so no surprise that they put a quality uniform on the field. But I was actually really impressed with everything, including, and I don't know if you saw them, they had digital down and distance markers, which I immediately fell in love with. Did you see those?
I did not. No, I missed that.
Oh my goodness, how could you miss that?
You're talking about digital. The chain?
Yes, the chain gang. They had digital down and distance markers. And I thought to myself, man, why does the NFL not have that? They got the old school dial-it-downs. All of a sudden, you've got the good old Alliance of American Football leading the way on these digital down and distance markers.
Oh, I bet we see it next year. NFL digital down and distance markers.
They're going to lead the charge on it. You know what else? I guess the one thing that now that I think about it, I didn't see any mascots. Did you see any mascots?
Cheerleaders? Mascots?
I don't know that cheerleaders were there.
Nope.
I guess I don't mind football without cheerleaders and mascots.
Oh, they're coming.
I guess, yeah, they'll be on the way. They'll be on the way. So, With that said, guys, leave us your opinions. I'm sure most of you watched. A lot of people were kind of following me on Twitter, watching it with me. So let us both know your thoughts of the league, if you think it can thrive. And hopefully, I know just as well as you do, the underlining response to all this will be, is this somehow going to lead to a 2K video game? I personally don't see it happening. But if you can get any league getting any type of success, it's not a bad thing. Who knows, right? This could parlay itself into a game. Let's try to get an independent game on board with this before we start talking about a 2K license, right? Do you agree?
I'm in, man. Bring in 2K. Let's do it.
That's right. Bring in AAF 2K football, and we're all on board.
I'm in, man. I've seen enough 2K clips on Twitter. I'm ready for another 2K football game.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for checking out this video. As always, we'll be back very shortly with more commentary.